Tuesday. Haven't done one in a while. Haven't worked out consistently. I'm down to like 175 pounds right now. So we're gonna work on shoulder impingement stuff because I haven't done my shoulder stretches in a while. So I'll show all those and we'll hit some chest. So let's get into it. I did at physical therapy for a while. I do like two variants of it. You're keeping your like kind of chest puffed, kind of back like pigeon bird chest, and you're keeping your arm like very like tucked in, and you're just gonna make sure your wrist is super tight because you don't want to do this, then you're gonna not be hitting what you want to hit. And then you can do two versions. You can either just pull, which I say is like a little harder to do because you're like not so much like just pulling with your arm, you're like trying to open up where your mid trap is. So when you're opening, you're like squeezing with your mid trap, if that makes sense. And another way they showed is like you can just take like some steps, like 2 steps, and you walk back 2 steps while keeping your hand in line. And it's gonna work the same muscles. You should keep doing that a little bit until you'll start feeling it in your like side delt, because you'll start getting fatigued, and then your arm will want to do this, your shoulder will start compensating. So that's usually when you're good to stop, because you're really focusing on just keeping that tucked in, and like I said, with your mid trap, keeping it open. So yeah. And then you'll do it with the other side, but you guys get it. And then obviously everyone's shoulder like injuries and stuff is different. Mine's kind of more like an impingement from like kind of like bad form, like from when I first started working out. Like I kind of overcompensate and use like my traps and stuff when I couldn't like finish like a rep of something. I would kind of like do one of these, you know, and like this weak mid trap muscles, so like right here, right next to your lats. This one too. So pretty much most of these workouts are meant to like kind of open up my chest and then strengthen those muscles in the back. So this one, you're kind of doing like a U pretty much. I'm starting like out and I'm coming around, like I'm trying to touch my shoulder blades together. And then when I get to the back here, I'm like squeezing with my shoulder blades. Not so much like a row or something, more of like I'm going around. And you can get like a little closer depending on your tension. I haven't done these in a little bit, so I can't go as far back as I usually do. And just hold it there for 3 seconds. And you can do these for like 2 or 3 reps until you can't anymore, but you're really focusing on like that mind muscle connection. Same with the last one. You're not so much just doing it to like work out your shoulder, you're doing it to like feel your back, helping your chest and shoulders with that workout by squeezing your mid trap to not have you kind of hunched over. You're open and pause. You're open when you're doing the workout. So. All right, now some stretches. I usually don't stretch too much, like right before I work out, but I'm just kind of showing them this one. You can do like push-up stance, and like kind of the same thing as the last one. You're like, it's picture like a shoulder shrug, but for like a push-up. So when I'm pushing up, I'm like pushing to try and stretch my back out, and then when I come down, same thing. I'm like squeezing. And then some people it's easier if you're on your knees, like girl push-up, where you're up and then you're like squeezing down to like squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then up, kind of stretch your back out, and then down like that. That one I don't really do a whole lot because I don't feel it a lot of the time. Or you can just do a normal stretch where you're like this and then go over. And if that's too easy, you can move your hand up to like a higher degree like that and stretch it. Like for me, I feel this pulling on my chest and on my front delt. So like this spot's good for me. All right, just did some bench, not as much weight as I've done previously, but got my eyes watering from how much I was straining. Just because it's been a minute, so just trying to get that form down good. So I always have an issue, since we're just kind of talking about shoulders, where I'll kind of like be up more with this shoulder instead of like retracted back. So when I get up to the top of my range of motion, I go back down. I used to like go to the top of my range of motion and then push a little more with my shoulders. So trying to work on that, and then just getting good placement on the bench, make sure I'm feeling good. But yeah, so I just kind of recorded the first set. So I'll work on my form throughout the other sets. It'll be a little better. But yeah, next video you'll see, I'll probably be doing incline bench. So we'll get into that. All right, so incline bench done. Chest is really fucking small. Shoulders have a decent pump and shit, but I'm gonna do some flies next, work on just that contraction, mind muscle connection. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, those kind of flies things were done. They didn't really feel too good. So I'm gonna do a cable workout. I'm gonna split up because I usually do 4 sets. I'm gonna do 2 and 2 of kind of like a pole across, and then one that's more of like I don't really know what you call it. Something, you guys can let me know. I'm gonna do those, and then I'm gonna wrap it up because the video's getting kind of long. So yeah, there's the chest workout for today. I'm gonna do more, but I don't really want to record it all. And then my shoulder warm up. So yeah, see you guys next video.